Hi all, welcome to our channel here at Cariad, and I'm joined by Lee the drums, so it's an hello from him and an hello from me. And we've also got these two stunning floor toms with us. So the reason for the video is that we got asked a question when Lee the drum was demonstrating the Natal kit there. This is the Cafe Racer range. And what happened was, a young man called Chris Donegan said two things. Can you give us a more comprehensive video demoing the kit, please? Because we just did a little tutorial on there. So yes, we're going to look at that now. But also he said, how do you describe the sound of the new Birch elm shells in comparison to the discontinued tulip shells? This is from Natal. They say, thanks for the email. They said they made the change in early 2024 with a commitment to sustainability. Elmwood is renowned for its sustainable and environmentally friendly sourcing. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Any new Cafe Racer in one of our retailers would be the new Elm and Birch range. In the Marshall studio, when we were making the change, they conducted an A/B test between the two, and they said they do understand the sound quality is paramount to drummers, and it is important when you make a change naturally that you don't do something completely different. So they said that elm, with its unique acoustic properties, offers a warmer, more resonant tone, here we go, that perfectly complements the Cafe Racer series, delivering an enhanced sonic experience. Can't fault that, can you? Whilst there isn't any direct way to differentiate between elm, birch and tulipwood, please be rest assured that the sound from the new wooden shells won't be too dissimilar to the existing tulip shells. You'll have a more environmentally friendly crafted kit. So is there a difference when they're exactly the same setup, same size between tulipwood and a hybrid elm and birch? So at this point, I'm just going to show you exactly what a drum dial is. So a drum dial is a mechanical instrument. You can see the small needle there. And as we move, there's a small nipple that is protruding underneath. And as you sit that down onto the drum, then that moves the needle around like so. You've got these little clips here that can be adjusted as well. And you can just set it, make sure it's bang on zero, calibrate it mechanically by hand, and then you just move these clips to give you your indications of where you want to be. You can move them as close or far away as you want, and then either online or through a small instruction pamphlet there, it'll tell you what size drum, what they recommend, whether it's a clear head, twin ply, single ply, and so on. So it gives you a guide of what they think you should adjust your drums to. And then you just gently lean that down onto the drum head and work your way around directly over each tension rod. And it comes with this little rim clip here that you sit underneath the neck there. And as that sits, you put that exactly onto each of the tension rods. So we're going to set each one of these now according to what drum dial recommend, top, bottom on both drums, so they are exactly the same. So the next part, here we go. We've got the same drum heads, top and bottom, as we mentioned. Even the badges are in exactly the same positions over the air vents. We have put the microphones exactly opposite there. The same heights coming off the microphone, the same microphones, the same clips, the same angles, as you can see. So everything is identical. I even changed the floor tom legs to make sure they're both the same from a set. So there isn't a difference in the thickness of the floor tom legs. So same height off the floor. Then we transfer these through into a Focusrite interface. We've set the gains in exactly the same position, and then that goes into Studio One version 5, and the volumes are the same as well. So the EQ is the same, the volumes are the same, the gate going in is the same, everything is identical, as close as we possibly can get So here you go, the first moment of truth, how they sound just with a strike from the stick. So here we go. So my conclusion to that part, when we've tried this as we've been fiddling around and looking, there is an absolute tiny amount of difference where that seems slightly darker, just a tiny amount, slightly deeper, but so close that under any environment that you were playing as a drummer and a drum kit, it would be impossible to tell the difference. You have to take it to this extent, almost like a laboratory environment, to know that there is a fraction of a difference. Now, the next conclusion is there is no difference. Why? Because I could simply turn these tension rods ever so slightly different by fractions again, and that would just raise that pitch up a tiny amount and it'd be identical. Or I could just tweak that ever so slightly lower, and I think, again, that would be identical. So in fact, let's do that now. From here, live in this room, it really does feel so close. And don't forget, I could tweak that even a little bit more, so I could make that one slightly darker and warmer than that one, or the other way around. I could just tweak, and that's without touching the bottom edge, so where it's resonating. If I just tweak that one and tweak that one a tiny bit, I could pull it closer, further away, I could do what I want. So the conclusion is the wood has not changed the sound in any dramatic way whatsoever. We've put them as close as we possibly can, and you're talking of wafer thin difference in them at that point, which means you could just tweak it slightly, no one would know under an environment like this. But if a bass player was playing with you, or you're playing just the whole kit and you're in a gig environment or a studio environment, impossible to know what the difference is.